Let's go ahead and bring in Keith Brennan. He's a chiropractor at Back to Health Wellness Center. Hey, Keith, what candy do you like at Halloween? Are you a candy corn person?
That's a great question. I was a candy corn person back in the day. Now that I eat a little bit different lifestyle, I'm more of a caramel apple splurge guy.
Really? I thought you were going to tell us that you didn't like sugar.
Oh, I love sugar. I have mostly given up sugar except for occasional splurges, but I think anyone who says they don't like sugar is not to be trusted.
That's a good way to do it. Keith, go ahead and properly introduce yourself on the show here on the Oakland County MegaCast. What do you do, and how can people find out about your services?
Yeah, well, thanks first of all for having me on. And my name is Dr. Keith. I am a chiropractor. I practice in Utica, Michigan, and it's called Back to Health Wellness Center. And today I was so kind of you guys to have me on for a new venture that me and Chad Ever of Ever Studios are starting, called Health Connect Pro. And Health Connect Pro is a way to reach the public in a virtual platform. And what better way than 2020 to bring that to the awareness that we really need some better outlets to help people with health information.
So how is this going to be laid out, and what's it going to look like?
Yeah, thanks for asking that. So it's going to be unlike anything that you've ever really seen before. So the way it's going to look to the public is you're going to get exposed to some of our pros. And the way that you're going to get exposed to our pro is by maybe you know them, maybe you're on their social media, maybe it's on their email list. And let's say they're an expert at essential oils, for instance. As chiropractors and other healthcare providers, we get questions about essential oils, supplements, who should I go see for counseling, what type of workout should I do, how should I eat? We get questions left and right. So my idea for this format is to bring those answers to the public in a preliminary setting where they can be taught actually by these pros that know a lot more about this information than any of us primary care physicians do.
This is really smart and a good idea to come up with. How will people be able to access it? Is it going to be by subscription or just throwing it up on YouTube?
Great question. So there's a lot of stuff on YouTube that's kind of all over the place. So the idea of this is to connect a bunch of different parts of health. And when I say health, I kind of mentioned just the typical healthy things, but there's going to be other healthy things on there. And when I say healthy, I mean life, right? Like if we're eating healthy and exercising, but our work is really stressful, or we're down because of our sports team lost, that still contributes to our health. So it will be a membership site for the public, but there's going to be a lot of free information on it. So to get to know the pros, quicker, shorter videos will be free. And we're going to have Tips Tuesdays, and each that you would pay like a paid membership to see the video footage. And it's just in a laid back, you don't have to have huge amounts of any knowledge about health. And that's the idea. So it can touch the everyday person who doesn't have access to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get access to these pros. It's to touch those people.
What I like about this, it's all in one place and you can trust the information, because when you do go to the internet, you go to YouTube, you really don't know the person or, their certification on the information that they're giving out. So this is kind of gives people that knowledge, but it's trustworthy as well.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I do think it's kind of funny that because of certain credentials, like because I'm a chiropractor, people will take what I say about essential oils sometimes in more esteem than someone who that's what they do. They study the essential oil, they learn about the essential oils, they know all these different things about essential oil. So my goal in this is to not only empower the public, but it's also to get the message in all this education that these people learn about and engross themselves in, put them in a place where they can impact and help more people. especially parents out there. I know I have kids myself. I don't know if either of you have kids, but there's so much information. But when you can go to trusted sources for that information and help things out, like stress, anxiety, panic attacks, kids and adults alike don't really love going, okay, now I'm going to go march to a counselor's office or go have to do something. This would be the first step of actually, no one needs to know about it. You can just watch and listen to these videos. And then if you go, okay, now.
Keith, we're getting a little bit of a lag there in your video. So let me check back in and see if you're back. Keith? So fun times, just like everyone else, we live and die by technology here at the Oakland County Megacast, and our internet went out, and so we lost Dr. Keith. But we got him on the phone, so we're going to bring him back in so that he can continue on. Dr. Keith, are you there with us?
I am here, yeah. This is life, right? Stuff happens that we're not expecting to have happen.
We have all learned to go with the flow during this time, haven't we?
Well, either that or we're going bonkers right now if you're not adapting to going with the flow. I like to add humor into situations. So, it would never a surprise to me when technology fails. I've had to learn a lot more about technology in the last 6 or 8 months. Even for this interview, Chad, my business associate there, had a background created with Health Connect Pro, and instead we got my beautiful children in the background because I couldn't figure out how to actually get it onto the Zoom there. So
I haven't figured that out either. So you're not alone, but your kids are beautiful. So, but we were talking about your Health Connect Pro. And I think we lost you kind of in the middle. I know you said it is going to be a membership-based program. And walk us through it from that point. So people would be able to go on and, is it weekly, monthly, and would there be a contract involved in that?
Yeah, great question. So the idea is that you can get access to this information at any day, time, second, and you can watch it and listen to it at your convenience. So there will be free parts of it. Some of the free parts is there'll be a few videos shot by each pro. That's free. You can just go there. It's free to all the public. But then there is a membership side of it, too, if you want to dive into the teaching of the pros. And we are starting off, there'll be, I believe, 11 that have all their videos ready for us, but there's over 20 pros that are already pouring in their videos. So there'll be a couple new pros each week after we launch next week, September 30th. And the idea is that you can watch them at your own convenience, and it's just a small monthly fee to be on the membership side of things. But there's also more free stuff. So on Tuesdays, there's Tips Tuesdays, and on Wednesdays, there's Wellness Wednesdays with these pros. So my idea is to bring awareness, and that is the biggest thing. Yesterday, I actually just became enlightened on a new dental thing. There's actually sleep apnea issues in children, and different things in modern dentistry can help with that. So I don't know if you were aware of that, but I'm in the healthcare industry.
First time hearing about it. That's very interesting.
Yeah. So that was me yesterday. So my idea is to bring a lot of new knowledge that's cutting edge, because that we didn't even know of this as of years ago, because I was asking the hygienists and dentists that were telling me about this. So to have that knowledge, the cutting edge knowledge on how to help different people's health problems, right on this platform, so people can learn, and then if they choose to, they can take action, but there'll be no pressure. So we have a comedian that's going to be on the platform because, again, that's health, right? We need a laugh. We need to enjoy life. So it's not just going to be just the boring medical side of things. This is actually more of a resource for physicians, primary care physicians specifically, on things that they don't have enough time and energy to pour back into our patients that we want to. It's, hey, go check this out at Health Connect Pro. If you think you can get some value out of it, you can use it for you and your family members and your kids to really improve your health in a whole variety of categories.
Dr. Keith with us on the Oakland County Megacast. So, Dr. Keith, if someone signs up for the monthly membership, does that give them unlimited access?
It does, yep. gives them unlimited access to everyone on there. And the idea here, too, is these pros that are on there really, really are people that want to give back to the community and help people out. So there'll be contact information for them on all of the videos, that if you're someone who says, oh my gosh, I want to learn more about this, well, you can click right on their links and you can get connected right with them directly. So it's not only just to, get their information that they're giving you, but if you want to have more information from them, like I know sometimes you watch a video and you're like, man, I'm never going to be able to talk to this person or connect with this person. They have 300,000 followers, where these are people that are wanting to talk to you. If you want to reach out and connect with them, they're there to lend that support and help improve in whatever way that you're wanting to improve.
There's so many different areas and so many great people with knowledge out there prior to this whole new virtual world that we are now all becoming accustomed to living within. It seemed like so many of those people were not accessible to just the regular person. So it's great to be able to see. This is, I think, the good thing coming out of COVID-19. How often do you think you're going to update the information and those interviews?
Yeah, great question. So it's actually a teaching series, not really an interview format. So it's more, there'll be a specific topic. And so if you're interested, you'll listen to that. And if you're not interested, you'll listen to the other pros that you're interested in. And once a month, they'll be updating content themselves. Plus, this is going to be a process. I don't know if I cut off, but we're starting with a certain amount of pros, and then we're going to add a couple of new pros in different fields, like that dentist situation that I was talking about. That will be added people in like them. So there are constantly going to be more pros and more information on the platform. But at the same time, if you're someone who doesn't have kids, well, there's stuff on there that's not about kids. Or if you're someone who you're not a fitness person, so you're not going to watch the fitness pros, but you're going to watch more of the comedy or more of the pros about how to increase your mental capabilities or change your mindset. Because, man, if any of us have needed to do one thing, it's kind of adapt to what's happening in 2020 to best fit whatever our needs are.
And those needs change every single day, every single hour. You're up one day, you're down the next day. So this would be a good way to be able to maybe tune back in and reset your mindset. How are you finding the people that you're going to highlight on the platform?
Great question. So I started off, a lot of them are out of contacts that I already had in Southeast Michigan, but there's actually going to be people on the platform from New York. There's someone from Maine. There's someone from out west, and even someone from Canada. So really, as long as I have a contact with them and I think that they could provide value to the public in some type of health category, I want them on there so people can have the ability to get that information. Because awareness and information is the first step to making change, and most people are very resistant to change, which is why 2020 is so hard. But I find if they have the awareness of why they would make the change, now there's a much greater not only ability, but desire to make some of those changes, and it's got to be about them. So all the pros have to be people that are compassionate to help people meet them wherever they're at and grow to a place where they want to become, not where us as the pros want them to go. And I find that way too often. We're telling people, well, you need to be eating this way, or you need to be exercising, or you need to go see this. This is an area for them to get what they want to out of our pros.
Dr. Keith Brennan with us on the Oakland County MegaCast. He is with Back to Health Wellness Center. They are going to be launching the Health Connect Pro on September 30th. Dr. Keith, before we let you go, I was reading your bio. You wanted to be a surgeon, and then you made this pivot? Wow.
Yeah. So the reason why I made the pivot is actually to free up more time for family. And as much as I'd love being a surgeon, unfortunately, I had some family members, and there's not a lot of time to spend with family when you're in the surgical tech unit. You can ask any of the people right now, especially in 2020, that are on COVID floors, man. I thank them so much, but the amount of hours they got to spend directly in the hospitals is just, it's crazy. We need to help them out as much as we can.
We do. Well, you have a fascinating story. Thank you so much for taking time to be with us. We wish you the best of luck. It really is such a needed service. So thank you for taking time and sharing the information with us on the Oakland County MegaCast. When it gets up and running, please come back. We'd love to have you to see how things are going.
Awesome. I so appreciate you having me on. You guys have an awesome day.